Huns, sweethearts, the terminology that's going on is when you start listening to what is being said, and it's okay to listen to it and hear exactly what it's saying, just no hocus pocus, that we are waiting for the Son of Man, because men and or sons aren't born to man, they're born to women. So the task, what we're waiting for is for not only this realization that one side of the organism needs to find itself. It's very, very blunt and to the point. It must find the Father. It must pray to a Heavenly Father, a Father. Now, Heavenly Father, Heavenly, now I know heaven as being just this moment now. So you want something that's present to the now, that includes the reality of reality. See, now men and women are here, but the truth that we see in reality is that both men and women, boys and girls, babies, are born out of the female, the woman. And so the way that the technological apparatus is, if you want to call it like this technology that's operating on vibrational frequencies, and the plasmatic field is conveying intelligence for us. It comes through the womb, the place where there's a lot of water, and it's vibrating very, very intensely with tons of communications happening. It's very scientific. It's not anything as dead as you can think of just the physical world. It's non-physical, and it's moving very, very fast, right? It's high vibrational frequency. That's what Tesla was trying to tell us if you want to understand the secrets to a lot of things in the universe. Think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations. And I know half the stuff I do because I've played music all my life, and your mind's eye looks into it and looks, and it's at all paying attention and inquisitive and thinking. I mean, it's observing and curious and dialing in on what is happening there, which all of the entire organism has a profound responsibility to achieve that kind of awareness. And see, the man is prone to just imagining more without having the experience yet. That's the problem. That they are, for whatever reason, it's something that we need to keep talking about. See, without being biased, just looking at the science, babes. Okay, what enables the intelligence to turn on in the DNA is the higher vibrational frequency. What we mean is just it's vibrating so quickly that it can easily fit into any information field. I mean, that's just a very basic way to talk about it, because everybody wants to know, and they wonder what is love like, and what is love like, and it's like, well, it's awareness. It's awareness being available to your own presence and the present, which is reality this moment now, which is the most powerful thing that a human being can graduate into, which that's being a human being. Very, very controversial, because we're not talking about having just blanked out and we don't remember things, or we don't operate on any kind of memory bank, or we're not knowing that that there's an outcome. There's a condition that we're creating around us. It's never not going to be now where we begin our real lives. I've talked about it before, and if you want to know, with this eclipse coming up, it's the real life of Christ. Yeah, getting into the body and beyond the mind. This is all metaphorical. These the graduation into awareness is very uh, necessary. To be aware of your presence here, just to go general. It's kind of funny to talk about it because it starts to say the same thing over and over again. It points at becoming available to this life's experience in such a way that now you can use your imagination. Well, of course, it's not using you, but now it's called a healthy imagination because um, you have had an experience, whether it's physical or non-physical, is hugely important. See, the non-physical I mentioned earlier, which I attribute myself, I know what I'm looking into, I can know how to say this. Quantum physics, of course, that's music. All possible math is available through looking into music. Music is that. It's just like, that's the real math. If you learned music, you'll be learning all there is to ever know about all creation, like how it works. To learn how anything else works, learn music, and then you'll dial in. It won't be what the false education system says about all math. They can pick out of any mathematic um, avenue, algebra, division, and they can complicate it up as much as possible and just waste your fucking time, putting you in a bad spot about, oh, you just don't know how to do long division and calculus and all of that stuff, um, because of the way that they present it. It's like, okay, see, the thing is they want us on. Who are they? Well, there's civilization controllers, and see, if you knew the immediate expansion of the math that's available as the universe is this massive soup of infinite possibility. But see, here, we are still working with that, and it's very dense, but it's still there. Music proves it. See, you would be wasting your time going through school trying to learn it any other way, other than that musical thing. See, what is useful? Everything would change. Tools, the way we use things to do things, everything would change. Anyway, um, and it's up to, see, it's like it's up to my generation and to become popular enough with something that actually works. If anything, inspiring somebody else to find out for yourself. Find it out for yourself. The stuff that we're finding out and perhaps trying to hold on to through generations is what we've already known for thousands and thousands of years. And it's very important that we tap into the ability to just download it, to the ability to grab onto higher learning tools, which music is one major, very important, profound, unique one, unlike anything else. It's better than sex. Now tell a narcissist that. When you do it right and you're actually playing with the people, and then people are able to look at that, off the charts. And only the musician will tell you. It's like, no, and the saying goes, musicians duet better. They are just like, once you've, gosh, this conversation, but we're talking about vibrational frequency and the higher learning tools, and one of the higher learning tools is this big, but now that we're having an eclipse in Aries, which actually rules sex. Aries is the ruler. Mars rules your sexual drive and sex. The very primal instinct that isn't bad, not with humans, especially not with humans. If you look at the Taurian age, just shortly after Well, it's before the Aryan Age. That's right. How the ages move. The Taurian Age was all about celebrating that delicacy. All of their statues depict this is what we are, and all it was just like you can see this, like, oh, those are men and women doing something without clothes on. Not a mystery, and but there were symbols, the symbolism found, and you can see there's structures that we cannot build those today. How do we do it? Well, it's because they had the right technologies, and those structures that were built some 36 BC or something like that, 800 BC, 600 BC. Um, what's left is just a skeleton. It used to be adorned in shimmering amethyst, geodes, liquid, you know, whatever the technology was able to do. And it's been stripped. Some other civilizations will make it valuable some other way and try to destroy a lot of it, and it has been, right? But there's a lot covered up. It's just straight up covered up, and um, could be by the same technologies that actually make it. They've found whole cities being covered up in just sand, like they made this amazing stuff, and then they just covered it up in mounds and mounds. It sounds like so massive, it's hard to believe that. You know what? They made this, but then they covered it up. That's recorded here on this planet. Anyway, I was trying to tell you, I'm trying to talk about. Thanks for listening and going through this with me. I'm experiencing a lot of peace. That's my alarm for my scalloped potatoes. I put them in. I think that they're going to do just fine. Following the ley lines of truth. It's not a mystery here. It's not a mystery. The ancient stuff. The way heat works and the way that we do things. It's just not a mystery. Why is it so like, ooh? And we are losing our asses with all of it, especially one of the most enthralling subject matters. Just like, Shauna, talk about that again. You said that Aries rules. I can let it go a little longer. It rules sex. It rules Mars, and so and then after Mars used to rule Scorpio, and that's why they say, oh, Scorpio, so sexual, and it does rule that just the very vibrational frequency phenomenon, like what is happening. It's birth and death and the whole upper spectrum of shamanism and the therapy and stuff like that. That's what we're doing here, no matter what sign. So getting back to the let me just talk and fix this thing over here. Um, Aries is the original sex pot. It wasn't, and so then because when they found Pluto, they said now Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio and Aries stays the most raw, sexiest it can possibly be. Mars ruled, and that it rules sex, and between the two, between Aries and Scorpio, Scorpio has nothing on Aries